Hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my holiday episode. Today I'm going to be talking about a couple of Christmas themed horror books that I read recently to kind of get into the spirit. I've got my ugly sweater on, I've got my coffee, and we're just going to get right into it. So the first Christmassy book that I read this year was Secret Santa by Andrew Shaffer. This was published I think in 2020, a few years ago. It's been on my radar. I've been wanting to read it every year, but I just haven't ever gotten around to it. Finally got around to it, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's not an amazing book. I didn't love it, but I thought it was a lot of fun. Very 80s nostalgia, kind of campy, just little horror kind of mystery novel. Essentially the setup is main character Lucy is hired at this kind of literary publishing house. They don't like horror there. They don't publish horror there. But she comes from a smaller horror publisher, and she's like, horror's the future, let's try to find the next Stephen King, right? So her boss basically gives her a deadline, like, hey, you find us a hit horror novel by the end of the year, and we'll keep you around. That's her job, basically. She's trying to find like a bestseller. During this time, they do a Secret Santa gift exchange in the office. Because she's new, she doesn't have a Secret Santa. However, someone leaves her a gift regardless. And it is a creepy old, like, German doll. From there, the carnage ensues, right? It's kind of Gremlins-y a little bit. It's I don't want to give too much away. It's pretty obvious kind of what's going on from the get-go, but the mystery around, like, what's going on, it was interesting. It kept me pretty engaged. I did enjoy it. It was a fun book. I will say that as far as Christmassy stuff happening, it pretty much stops at the time of year and the setting, kind of. There's not like a lot of Christmas horror per se. Anyway, overall, I thought it was a fine book. It was definitely a fun read around this time of the year. So if you haven't read it yet, go ahead and give it a try. The second book that I read that was kind of Christmas-y was Snow by Ronald Malfi. I actually really liked this. This was very bloody. Essentially, the setup for this one is a guy named Todd. He's trying to fly from Chicago to Des Moines for his, that's where his ex-wife and his son live, for Christmas. He hasn't seen his son in a while. A big snowstorm closes down Chicago O'Hare Airport. No flights in or out, whatever, so his flight is canceled. He ends up being like, well, I gotta get there. So he rents a car. Him and a fellow traveler that he meets named Kate share the vehicle with a couple other people, and they are all carpooling down there. On the way, they nearly strike a man in the street, and he's like, kind of weird, but he's like, oh, me and my daughter are lost out in the snow, please help us, whatever. But things are not as they appear to be. Something's wrong. Eventually, they end up in this town that has been kind of overrun with something that is in the snow. I'll kind of leave it at that. Kind of finding out what's going on along the way is also good. I really thought this was well done. The sort of monster element of it was unique and weird. It's like similar to, I guess zombies, but not exactly. So it's like it was refreshing and cool in that way. It made you afraid of the snow, which I thought was cool. The atmosphere was very good. There was a couple of times where I was up late reading this in the dark and my phone would ring or something and it would startle me. That doesn't happen very often. This is a survival horror story, so if you're not into that, then maybe this one won't be for you, but like basically it's this group of people trying to survive this like horrendous experience. I don't know, I kind of like that. I kind of enjoy stories like that. Pretty good. It was pretty bloody, pretty gory, lots of blood. It just felt like a nice wintry read. And there you have it. Those are the two Christmas books that I read this holiday season. Pretty good. Did enjoy them. If you guys have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comments. I do want to let everyone know that we are going to start the book club up again in January. The book we are going to be reading is The Cipher by Kathy Koja. Read it in January. I will do a discussion video in early February. I'd like to get the Discord back up and running. I don't know if anyone's still on that server or what, but I will create a channel, and if you guys want to pop over and talk about the book, that would be cool. Come on over. that's it. I just want to wish everyone a happy new year, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.